not a question of if, but when.
With everything
the
going on
coronavirus
in the
comes
world
to the
today,
United States. So what you're seeing is
sometimes
George Floyd.
I
Newly
like to
released
get
videos
away
from the body cameras worn by
just
two
to turn the volume down.
Injection inside or almost a cleaning, because you see it gets on the lungs and it does it.
It's pretty interesting what Mystery Ranch did right here. This is the Mystery Ranch ASAP. It's the third one, the little brother to the 3-day assault pack, the 2-day assault pack, and then we have the ASAP. So this is a 20-liter pack, really meant for streamlined hiking, short hikes. You know, you're going a couple of miles or something like that. You're only carrying your essentials, and this is what this pack is made for. So let's talk about the dimensions on this pack right here. It's 21 inches tall, it's 12 inches wide, and it can expand out to a depth of 8 inches. And it only weighs 3 pounds. So it's a little bit heavier than a normal hiking pack, but the durability is awesome. This pack is made out of 500D Cordura, and it's something about the Cordura on the Mystery Ranch packs. It's like a step above what I'm used to seeing. Yeah, a lot of companies say that they have a 500D Cordura, but it doesn't feel like this. I don't know where they're getting their 500D Cordura from, but it's different from a lot that's out there on the market. Plus, it comes with a Teflon and PU coating on it, so it makes it more weather resistant. George, is it waterproof? No, it doesn't mean it's waterproof. It just means that when you hit this with a little shower, a little rain, it's going to get some beating. The water's going to kind of fall off of it, and that's kind of where it stops at. You know, there's some extra water protection on this pack, but not waterproof. I got the ASAP. Let's take a look at the 3-day assault pack just for laughs and giggles. You can kind of see the difference. There's actually a lot of differences between these two packs, even though they're kind of in the same line and both made in the USA out of there in Bozeman, Colorado. But this pack definitely has a little bit more organization. It's got water bottle pockets. You know, it's got buckles on the front. 30 liters, 20 liters. So you can see what you get for 10 liters more. So this pack is just a really, you know, bare essentials. If you want to say minimalistic, then you could say minimalistic if you wanted to for a hiking pack. But let's go through this pack. But you know what people want to see? They want to see the inside pocket in this pack. So let's go there first. The zippers on this pack are all YKK Aqua Guard zippers. So adding to that weather resistance on this pack. So I love these number 10 YKK zippers on the whole line, the 3-day, the 2-day, and then the ASAP. This make it really easy for you to get inside of the pack. So what you do, you can get into the pack a couple of different ways. You could just like unzip one side and then go in and get access to your stuff. You could unzip the top and get access to your stuff. Or if you want to get full, all the way wide open access, you can kind of do it like that. And this is kind of like fillet. We'll say the word fillet. We'll fillet it open. But this is a really, you know, the tri-zip design is what they're, you know, it's kind of proven at this point. So in here you don't have much going on. So I got a little rain jacket I stuck in there. I don't think it's gonna rain today, but you know, in here it's really simple. You have a pocket right here where you can, I put in the coldest water bottle. The people over at the coldest water bottle sent this over. I'm gonna test it and check it out. I'll let you know if it's any good, right? So you got a pocket over here. It's just like a nylon pocket. It does have a compression strap inside of it. But what this can be used for is to put a hydration bladder in there. So you could put a hydration bladder on this side, or you could put a hydration bladder on this side too. So you got, you know, 6 liters of water that you can carry, kind of making up, because you already can see there's no water bottle pocket on the outside of the pack right now. So that's pretty cool. And then in the interior, you also have 3 rows of Molly right there. It's like a 9-row section of Molly / Pals webbing right here, so you can attach some pouches. If it doesn't have enough organization for you, you can make up your own organization and stick it in this pack. I can't say enough about this material. The material feels excellent on this pack. So down at the bottom of the pack, you do have some more moly down here, and then has some grommet holes down there at the bottom. So you can, you know, if the pack gets wet or something like that, then you can have the water drain out. I love the finger pulls on the pack if you like try to zip it up. That's pretty nice. They're all around. Wherever the zippers are, you can find those finger pulls. So that's pretty nice. The outside of this pack it's like a beautiful display of Molly / Pals webbing. So it goes all the way around the pack. So for my pouch lovers, you can hook a whole bunch of damn pouches on the outside of this pack. If you find that the 20 liters is not enough and you want some extra pouches, maybe you want to do a med kit on the outside of this pack, you can definitely do that. So I definitely like that. Up here, you can see that they put in Mystery Ranch, Bozeman, Montana, ASAP, stitched in. I love it when companies take it the extra step and then stitch in the actual logo for the pack. So I appreciate that. And up at the top right here, you do have one pocket right here. So on the 3-day, you got 2 pockets on the lid. On the ASAP, it's just 1 pocket on the lid right here. So again, large number 10 YKK zip, AquaGuard zipper, dual zippers as well. So there's 2 zippers on this one pocket right here. So that's pretty nice. So you open that up and you get a lot of space. Good sized pocket in here. The mesh that Mystery Ranch puts inside of their packs is number 1. It feels really great, really rugged, heavy duty, doesn't feel cheap at all. And you run into that a lot on packs, you know. Definitely make sure the mesh inside of your pack is good, because that's probably one of the first things that's going to wear out, either on the back panel or inside of these pockets. So you actually have a little small pocket right here where you can stick some extra items. I put the Benchmade Proper in there, and then I'll also have the Leatherman juice. I'm only like a mile from the house, so I'm just, you know, on a little walk today. But this is a nice little organizational setup. Very simple but functional. I like it. Then on the top, I missed this going over it. On the top, you do have a large morale patch field. I don't know how big this is. It looks like it's like 6x4. So for those that like morale patches, you're gonna be in morale patch heaven right here, because you can put whatever you want. So behind the pocket itself, you do have another zipper, and that's kind of, when I first looked at it, it's kind of odd, but that's where you run your hydration hoses out and then down the shoulder straps. Or if you're, you know, carrying a radio that has some type of antenna to it, you can open it up. It's a bi-directional zipper, so you got 2 zippers here too, and you can run those hydration ports out if you want to run it down the left or the right. So that's pretty nice. The grab handle throughout Mystery Ranch is lined right here. Kind of leaves me lacking. It's a regular 1-inch wide piece of nylon webbing, and for me, it just, you know, I interact with the pack a lot right here. I just wish they would have go ahead and just pad that up. But, you know, it's functional, but, you know, it's a little nicer of a hiking pack. Would have liked to see them do something different. So then we get to these load lifters. You guys kind of know how load lifters work. You pull them, they pull the load up and closer to your back. So that's a pretty nice feature. And then you also have Mystery Ranch's Yoke system right here, which means that you can move the back panel up and down depending on how tall your torso is. So I'm 6 foot, so this actually came to me in a pretty comfortable position, so I didn't have to adjust it. But if you wanted to adjust it, all you do is you kind of pull these, you know, load lifters out of the way, and there's a little tab right here. It gives you to this card. You pull this card out. This is like your support for your back panel, and then you just undo the Velcro right here, and you can adjust it up and down. It's pretty simple, and once you get it dialed in for your specific height, it's pretty damn sweet. Let's move on and talk about these shoulder straps. The shoulder straps on the 3-day and the ASAP are great. The contour is correct. The density of the padding is excellent, really thick. I would say this is probably about 1 inch in thickness as far as the padding. I mean, I just love the way it's contoured. It's almost like they probably did study the way that anatomy of a human and looking at the shoulders and how this shoulder strap is going to ride on a person. It feels great, guys. And Vincent, on the back side of it, it does have bands going down on the shoulder straps that, you know, aid for your hydration bladders if you're going to put those in. Now, there is a sternum strap on this pack, which I probably will use. And on a hiking pack, I'll keep my sternum strap on because, you know, I like that extra stability. But there's one thing about this sternum strap that I don't like, is that there's no keeper on it. It's a long strap right here. So they're giving you a lot of space, and this is an extra large because it comes in 3 sizes. A small, a medium large, and then an extra large. And this is the extra large because I'm a bigger guy. But because they gave me so much, you know, sternum strap right here, it's just hanging. And I don't like that. I like to roll this up. You know, the idea of the pack is to become really streamlined. And, you know, I just think that that's one thing that they could have added on, and it probably would have cost a couple of cents. So moving down on the pack, you do have, I'm going to say this is a hip strap. It's not a hip belt, because it's only a 1-inch wide piece of nylon webbing, and these buckles are Duraflex buckles. The hardware on this pack is excellent, but they did put strap keepers on the hip strap. I wonder why they didn't put it on the sternum strap. That would have been something that, you know, they kind of just oversaw. The back panel on the bag right here is, you know, Mystery Ranch's, I guess, you know, what they're going with right now. It's this mesh. This mesh feels really good. They have a little bump. If you can see this little bump right here, that's kind of to meet your lower back, especially if you have a load in the bag. This is gonna, you know, give you some extra support. But on a really hot day, sometimes I wish there was some extra ways that they can make this back panel to get some more airflow. I don't know if that means ridges or some kind of raised surface to get more air back there, but this, it's gonna be hot on a really hot day. Today's a cool day. I got a hoodie on, I'm fine. But, you know, during the summer months, this back panel, the way it's designed, does give me a hot back. But yeah, man, this pack right here is pretty damn excellent for what it does. 20 liters, very, you know, minimal. You know, I'm going on a hike. I'm just gonna take a couple of things, maybe my lunch, jacket, first aid kit, knives, stuff like that, and I'm gonna throw it in this pack. It's gonna be comfortable for you all day long, especially because of this back panel. That's the star of the show, is this back panel and these shoulder straps. The shoulder straps are, I mean, some of the best I've felt on backpacks, period. You know, I said the same thing about the 3-day assault pack. They have almost exactly the same shoulder straps. I mean, I think the 3-day, let me see. The 3-day is a little bit bigger, but than the ASAP, but this is, you know, 10 liters bigger, but, you know, still the same feeling in the shoulder straps in the 3-day as this ASAP. I'm in love with the line, the 2-day, the ASAP, and the 3-day. So I'm happy with all of them. Let's talk about the price. The price on this pack is $275. You know, so I think the 2-day assault pack, I'm not sure where it's made, but it's like $170, one something. This is $275, and then the 3-day assault pack is like $380, something like that. So the USA made ones, they feel different. They have a different quality. It's a step up in quality, and I guess that's how they justify the increase in price. Now, I know this is a really expensive backpack, $275. It's going to be for somebody that's going to be really hiking. They want something that's going to last a long time, lifetime warranty on it. You know, I understand it's not going to be for everyone, especially because it doesn't have water bottle pockets. But I wanted to show it to you because I'm just curious about the brand and all the options that they offer. Guys, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. And if you loved it, subscribe to the channel. I always got room for more subscribers on my channel. Come on in. And then if you got a question or a comment, leave it down there and I'll try to get back to you. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.